Hello everyone. How you guys doing today? I pray you're doing well. I should be. And welcome to the Bible, block by block. Today is day 62. Friday 62, we're gonna be reading Joseph Wise to Power. And that is Genesis 41, verse 37 to 57. Let us begin. First, as always, let us do the Lord prayer. Our Father in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debtors. Do not deliver us from the evil one. Amen. Do not lead us to temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Sorry. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the... Oh man, this is going to be a great day. Anyway, verses 37 to 57. So the advice was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, in the eyes of all of his servants. And Pharaoh said to his servant, can we find such one as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, inasmuch as God has shown you all this, there is no one discerning and wise as you. It shall be over my house and all my people. It shall be ruled according to your word. Only in regard to the throne will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, see, I set you over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took his signet ring off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand. And he clothed him in a garment of fine linen and put a gold chain on around his neck. And, and he had him ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried out before him, bow the knee. So he said, Joseph, you set him over all the land of Egypt. Pharaoh also said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your consent, no man may lift his hand or foot on all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath Paneah, and he gave him as a wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. So Joseph went over all the land of Egypt. Actually, by the way, if you guys look into our history, that name for Joseph is actually real. The whole, they even have a whole thing they make. I look it up and try and show it to you guys. But yeah, or you guys can look it up yourself. Then look for that name and the Pharaoh for him. Because a lot of people keep thinking Ramses, that's why they keep getting it wrong. They can't find Joseph in the Ramses time period. If you're looking up for his name and on the Pharaoh, you're gonna find it. And there was a whole forest and valley and lake that they crossed and all that stuff. It's named after him because he make it do so he can help with the train and all that stuff. But anyway, let's keep going. Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went to all the land of Egypt. Now in the 7 plentiful years, the ground brought forth abundantly. Joseph gathered all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid the food in the cities. He laid up in every city food of field which surrounded them. Joseph gathered for much grain in this, as the sand of the sea until it stopped continuing, for it was immeasurable. Until it stopped counting. And to Joseph were born two sons before the years of famine came. Masanet, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, brought to him. Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, which meant, for God has made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called Ephraim, which means, for God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. One quick reading before we keep going. Joseph goes to Egypt. After arriving in Egypt, Joseph becomes a slave of the Egyptian officer Potiphar. But this slave's fortune changed dramatically. Joseph rise to power, saw him become the first overseer of Potiphar's house. But eventually, the ruler of all Egypt, second in power of Egypt, Pharaoh himself. One opposite setting for Joseph's story is a period when people ruled Egypt. Before the Hyksos arrived, Egypt has been a united country under the 12th dynasty, that is 1963 to 1786 BC. Egypt enjoyed a flourishing ministry and agriculture program. as well as a new capital established near Memphis by Pharaoh and Amenemhet. I, another Pharaoh, Amenemhet the first, another Pharaoh, uh, Sesostris III, was able to organize a strong central governance for Egypt by controlling the families who ruled Egypt territories. Sometime after the 12th dynasty, the country began to fragment. Various rulers set up their own dynasty over a portion of Egypt and ruled at the same time. The 13th dynasty, like 1786 to 1632 BC, established a new capital at Thebes, while the 14th dynasty, 1786 to 1602 BC, consists of several rulers in Delta who proclaimed themselves kings. The political upheaval made Egypt rip off for the invasion of Icos people, who subjugated the country and placed their own capital at Avaris in the Delta region. The Icos dynasty lasted more than a century, 1648 to 1540 BC. The ethnic background of the Icos is one reason for setting Joseph's story during this period. This invaded were a mixture of Semitic and Asiatic people. In Egypt, ruled by such foreigners, it's possible that someone like Joseph himself, being Semitic and foreign, could rise from a sovereign to a position of high office. That's the case. That's nice. But like I said, that's actually proof. I don't know when that. Then the 7 years of plentiful which were in the land of Egypt ended, and the 7 years of famine began to come. As Joseph, sorry, Joseph has said, thank you. So when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said to all Egypt, to Joseph, whatever he said to do. The famine was over all the sold to the Egyptian. And the famine became severe in the land of Egypt. So all the countries came to Joseph in Egypt to buy grain, because the famine was severe in all the land.